Hello and welcome to This Is me eating my word.
What?
Nom, 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 nom,
Are you
nom,
trying to tell
nom,
me
nom.
that there's a brand new PS5 Slim that completely out of nowhere dropped that we had no inclination of that was coming
I'll be honest
whatsoever?
with you, I didn't think it was going to happen. The Sony ponies are going to come galloping in, and I'm going to say I'm underwhelmed.
The PS5 Slim is a true Slim console.
No, it's not.
Except the fact that they're actually not calling it the Slim. They're just calling it the PS5. That's it.
So, like, technically, I wasn't wrong. That there is no PS5 Slim.
They call it now PS5 with Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive and PS5 Digital Edition. That PS5 with Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive just rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah, so it's just a new model of the PS5. This is where I'm going to stand my ground and say I wasn't wrong. There is not a Slim version. It is
No, Matt.
It's about 30% smaller. There was a PS3 Slim. There is a PS4 Slim. Now it's the PS5.
Wait, you realize that the PS4 Slim was also like, I don't know, 30% smaller?
Yeah, but they called it a Slim. I'm saying there's not a PS5
know what?
Slim.
Okay.
There's not a SKU that says PS5 Slim.
If you
So I
need
was
to
right,
defend
you were
yourself,
wrong.
that's fine. If it makes you feel better, let's run through what's actually new with this PS5. There is a new design. Now, I say new.
there's not.
It's refreshed now.
Ugh, it's not though.
Look, just because you're angry,
Yeah,
just because
I'm
you're angry because you're wrong,
I'm
doesn't
angry
mean
because the number one complaint about the PS5 is that it was the ugliest thing in the world, and all they did is make it
is that the number one?
more ugly.
The only thing is, we only have photos to go off of right now. Obviously, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and we actually get our full hands on it. It just got announced. It is a two-tone design, which it doesn't look like it from the photos, but the top part is glossy and the bottom is matte, which is a strange choice. The reason for this is because the PS5 digital and the disc drive versions are actually physically the same. There's a little like mechanism where you just pop off the side, attach the disc
Sony
drive.
has innovated and given us a removable disc drive.
No, but seriously, that's actually good,
Yeah,
right?
Well,
if you want, you just buy yourself the digital.
It is, but it isn't. Yes, it's good that they give you this option here.
Yeah.
There is just the PS5 now.
But there are two SKUs because it has the disc drive attached or not.
But like, it is the same console.
Yeah.
Now with the removable thing. My issue here, before we get into some of the other changes,
Yes,
is the pricing.
In the US, the PS5 with the Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive remains $499. However, if you want the digital edition, it is now $450.
That's my problem with it. To get what you currently have, asterisk, because, you know, there are some other changes, and then it is $80 to get the attachment.
Yeah. Can I hit you with some of the updates on this PS5?
Yeah.
There are some things that are in addition to just the disc drive. It actually has a larger SSD. So previously it had an 825 gigabyte SSD. This time around, it is just a clean 1 terabyte. Now that is not a huge upgrade, but I'll say it is appreciated. Having an extra couple hundred gigs.
Is it $50 upgrade? No.
No, but you know what is worth the $50? The brand new cutting edge feature that we've all been asking for. Nay, we've all been begging for. More USB-C ports. We've got 2 USB-Cs on the front. On the back, we now have 2 USB-A. So basically, they're hiding a USB-A in the back.
I guess they're just trying to say, like, okay, well, more people have USB-C than, like, to charge your cable, whatever.
Yeah.
But you still can't hook up an external SSD and use PS5 games. Because a lot of people thought the disc drive was going to be something that connected via, like, USB-C or
Sure.
So, like, I think, personally, I think that would have been more useful to have it be external. I still think this is way too expensive at $80. For what it is. It is cheaper than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be, I mean, just knowing how Sony loves to mark up hardware.
But here's the thing. I will actually give them a little bit of props here. If you want, like, so I don't really use a disc on any of my current consoles. I just don't do it. This is the right way of doing it, in my opinion. If you have the option, you can purchase the disc drive, and you can do it later. Because right now, if you buy a PS5 digital, you are committing to never using discs ever, period. Nothing you can do about it. Where I have a little bit of a downside to it is just the PS5 going up in price. So traditionally, we've always seen these slim models of consoles become cheaper. Think about, you know, the PS4 was $400 when it came out. The Slim came out and was $300. I understand that it's difficult to kind of lower prices in this kind of market. We don't know if there are any internal changes, though there most certainly are going to be using that smaller motherboard, smaller chip that we've seen in the PS5 1200, which we've done a video on.
There's going to have to be some sort of major change because there's no external ports to facilitate the external drive.
Of course, yeah,
So, like,
100%.
yeah.
And actually, let me hit you with something that kind of jumped out to me a little bit. It is smaller pretty much across the board, which is appreciated. It is slightly smaller in every dimension, and it is also a little bit lighter weight. So the standard PS5... What? Oh, he's doing the bit. He's doing the bit. Hey, Matt, what you got there?
I just got off the phone with Jim Ryan. The last thing he did before he retired is he sent me
Wow.
the PS5
Matt,
Slim.
that's so much smaller. What we're looking at here, to sum it up, is the PS5, which has now seen a price increase for the digital model, but that now does come with the advantage, and I will call it an advantage, of being able to upgrade after the fact. You're going to get a 170 more gigs, 75 more gigs of SSD space, which is not nothing. You're going to have additional USB-C ports on the front, and you got a couple USB ports on the back. You also can get the vertical stand, but it still comes with the horizontal stand. The vertical stand, which looks kind of neat, that is going to be an extra $30.
It is an $80 increase if you want to stand your PS5, your new PS5 up.
Wait,
new PS5, there's $50 right there, and then $30 for that stand.
Who does math like that? What are you talking about?
It's called boy math, okay? The fact that it is $50 more for the discless version is crazy, because think how much they are saving on shipping these units of, all right, no, this
Matt's favorite trope, telling me about worldwide shipping costs. I love it.
That's the whole point of doing Slims.
Not.
They would still be making more money if they kept it at $400, and you're not getting $50 more worth of value out of this.
Can I hit you?
And they're nickel and diming you.
Can I hit you with a little bit of inside baseball? So this is a little bit of speculation / some inside sources. As we all know, the PS5 and the digital were announced well in advance, but they didn't announce the price. So the PS5 obviously launched at $500. I believe that the PS5 digital was meant to be $450. However, when Xbox dropped $300 for the Series S, I think Sony panicked and they dropped the price of the digital to $400. If you think about it, like the difference between a disc drive and non-disc drive isn't $100. It's certainly like Sony were making a lot less money, because again, that's like a $20 part that they were charging $100 less for.
Is that they realize they're kicking Xbox's ass selling hardware, and so like, you know what, pricing, because we're gonna sell the stuff anyway.
I think that they're just basically making the kind of profit that they always expected for these,
because they're not making the money on software like they thought they would.
No. Game Pass is doing well. There's no way that people are buying more Xbox than PlayStation games. Zero shot.
Yeah, Game Pass is what's making the money. How many people don't pay for Call of Duty? They just play Warzone.
So are you trying to argue right now that the PS5 is doing worse than the Xbox because they're selling Game Pass subscriptions?
No.
What was your argument here?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Let me be clear on that.
Please be clear.
But I think that Sony's saying we need to abandon our model of, selling everything at a loss. I think they're not selling as much on the software side, because so many people are they're buying 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, millions of gamers only have Call of Duty on their PS5. That's it.
So yeah, they're making something on skins and stuff like that, but they need to increase some of their bottom line for the hardware sales. You can quote how many facts and figures of how many they sold, how many units they sold, but for the first year, no actual gamer had it in their hands. They have to catch up with projections. Like, it's not that they're doing bad.
They're making more profit than they ever have.
Right. It's not that they are doing bad. Yeah. But the way board of directors works is they say, okay, last quarter we did X amount of money. We need to increase 20% every quarter. It doesn't matter how good or how bad you're doing. You always have to be increasing. This is their way of increasing that.
I don't think there's any doubt in my mind. And obviously, subscribe both here on This Is as well as the main channel, because I will certainly be doing a teardown of this as soon as I get it in my hands. But there's almost no way
you got it in your hand right here.
Slim PS5 is going to cost them more money, right? The Slim consoles are always cheaper, smaller to make, yada, yada, yada. So the fact that it is almost certainly a cheaper console to build, and yet they're charging the same amount of money, means that they're trying to put some profit in there, because typically consoles don't really make profit, and like you said, they make the money on the game. So it is interesting to think that unless there's something that we don't understand about this PS5, that Sony are just making more money on it, both on the Slim as well as on the digital and everything.
Let's just add up the pricing here, though. Yeah. All right, say you got a new person here who's going to get this. Yeah. All right, I can only afford the cheapest, but I still want a PlayStation. So it's $450 right there. I wanted to add the disc on in the future.
$80?
Yeah. So now we are at $520. $530. I can math. And now I want to stand it up.
Who needs a stand for PS5?
Now when it's so small and thin now, it's going to fall over. So now there's an extra $30. So now we're at $560. Look how thin that is. Does that look structurally sound?
Dude, I don't know, man.
Does that look structurally sound?
I hope it doesn't. I hope it's not structurally sound. I hope it's just slightly wobbly, just like get your money. That's hilarious.
If you want to get this, you're at $560 now. So now you want a DualSense Edge. All right?
And I want every Sony first-party game for PS5.
I mean, I can't boy math that hard. But like, to actually get what they just announced today is $560 to periodically upgrade that.
Can we just be clear? 0 people who own a PS5 should even consider buying the Slim.
You know that there's so many people here who are just like, it's brand, it's
Sure,
new, it's shiny.
Yeah, of course.
I gotta have the best, even though this is no different as performance-wise.
Correct.
The only thing that's gonna quell my is if the existing ones get a price drop.
Which they're not. They specifically call that out, that the existing PS5s are going to be sold in channel until they're out of stock, and then these will replace it. Until I get my hands on it, I will reserve a little bit of judgment. But right now, it seems like there is 0 reason for anyone to buy a PS5 Slim if you already own a PS5. This seems like it's just a cheaper model that has some upgrades, but pretty minor.
more.
Yeah, exactly. For new people who are buying
this
PS5s.
This is the most underwhelming mid refresh that I think we've ever seen.
You know what? I
like,
actually kind of agree with that.
There's been something new, and to me, a removable disk drive is not new enough to justify this.
It's nice, but it's not like revolutionary.
If this came out and said it's gonna be $400, I would be underwhelmed, but I wouldn't be angry.
Yeah. The fact that it's more expensive is kind of jacked up. Like, you know what? Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Let us know what you think in the comments below about this brand new PS5 Slim. Subscribe to the channel and ring-a-ling the ding-a-ling button. We will have lots more argument to be had.
Let us know in the comments what you think about the PS5, not Slim, which I was right about. There is no Slim.
The PS5 with Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive, Matt.
Yeah, like, follow, subscribe, and let us know, are you gonna play as Miles Morales or Peter Parker?
Or are you just gonna get really grumpy that the PS5 is now more expensive?